All right, guys, I'm just going to get straight down to business in this video because I don't really think we have much time to talk about this before it happens. Hopefully, you're already positioned in these things. So, look, the thing I'm looking at most in the market right now is what happened with Binance Coin. And the thing about Binance Coin is it is not an optimal replacement for ETH. We have so many networks that are an optimal replacement for ETH coming up, particularly DOT and ADA. Now, here's the thing that I find really interesting and the thing that I'm looking at. Where could you have made the easiest gains at when it comes to the Binance Smart Chain or Binance Coin? With the things that are the auxiliary, the complementary, I don't have the word for it right now. Excuse me, I'm not very intelligent. You're the one listening to me for crypto advice. The coins that tag team into it. The best example of this was PancakeSwap by far. And so what I'm looking at right now, that also being said, guys, if you want to see when I talk about these things earlier, again, do your own research. I am not some soothsayer. But if you want to see when I talk about these things earlier and just kind of see things I'm seeing early before they actually happen, whether they happen or not, follow me at ZSS Becker. Again, do your own research. Don't just mimic stuff I do. So let's look at the charts, and this is why I'm kind of rushing this video out to you guys right now. So we just saw Ethereum pump hard. Ethereum right now, it could go to 4,000. That's a 15% gain from where we are right now. Look, even if you take my comical meme-like dislike of Ethereum out of it right now, I don't see the benefit to really hanging in that 15% gain right now. Especially when it's overbought and there's a chance it could correct. And if it does correct, we're probably going back down to $2,700 or $3,000, which is fine. Like, look, I'm not going to get on my ETH rants right now, guys. We've been doing that for a while, okay? Everybody knows my opinion. But the most important thing I'm going to look at right now is Binance Coin and how it shot up, even though it's not a good alternative to Ethereum. I mean, long-term, people are not going to be building their governments on this. People are not going to be building long-term infrastructure on Binance Coin. Its main use case right now is swapping and being used for trading and whatnot, and just being simply better than Ethereum. Despite that, we've seen PancakeSwap. We saw everything else in that ecosystem just explode. If it's on Binance, it went nuts. Refinable, for example, really good example of a small altcoin, new launch that just exploded simply for the fact that it's an NFT marketplace. That being said, like I said in the last video, I'm not going to poke at Refinable. That's a genius application. But we have so many networks coming up that are viable alternatives to Ethereum. Okay, and we're seeing these ones pump right now. And so, look, I'm gonna look in the comment section. I'm gonna see so many people saying Cardano's vaporware, Ethereum is. I don't care about the technology. None of the technology here, I've said multiple times, none of it's worth. Cardano's not worth $53 billion. Ethereum is not worth $414 billion, okay? We can, shut up. What's important is going into May, going into June, going into July, what is the narrative going to be? Because the narrative is really all that matters. What people think is going to happen and what people think people are going to do. Okay, so for example, XRP isn't out of their lawsuit yet, but people think they're going to win and they think XRP is going to go to the moon. So this is why people are all preloading up on this, and this is why it's like priced in almost that they win the lawsuit. So what's the narrative going to be with Cardano and DOT? DOT having a big event on the 19th. What's the big narrative with Cardano? Cardano testnet is coming out on the 29th, and going forward into that mainnet launching, the narrative is just going to be Cardano is going to kill Ethereum. Is it going to kill Ethereum? That's up for debate. Okay, look, if you take away my memeing and my jokes, kill is a very strong word here. And my prediction is we're going to see Cardano provide the best returns this bull run. However, we're not going to see it topple Ethereum in the next year. It's probably not going to happen. I think in the future, either they're both going to work in different parts of the crypto space, or Cardano and DOT are just going to come and kill Ethereum. It all is on Ethereum getting their stuff together. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Ethereum. We do that every video. So knowing this narrative going forward, these things are going to explode. So what things are going to be exploding next? Well, we don't have to really guess. If we look at what Binance Coin did, well, we could see its ecosystem exploded. Okay, anything on Binance Coin went up this same factors or more factors than Binance Coin did. So looking at Cardano and DOT, what are going to be the things that take off on them? And more importantly, if we can go down to, I just think you need to be paying attention to this narrative right now. We got AVAX, we got Algo, we got Elron, all down here too. So these things could easily pull a Solana really, really quickly. Okay, so where I'm invested right now in my top 50 currencies, Cardano, DOT, doing great right now. As you guys know, I sold Cardano at 133, bought it back at 103, 105. I'm having a fantastic day right now. But more than that, we want to talk about where we can see the juicy gains at. So if I'm going to talk about places I'm going to see the juicy gains at, where's the narrative going to go? Okay, now that Ethereum's kind of hit its peak right now, temporarily, I believe it's still going to 10K. Put your pitchforks away. I don't hold any Ethereum because I'm not interested in a 3x ROI from here. But for all you people that do, here's your pat on the head. What I'm looking at is AVAX. I'm looking at Elrond. I'm going to be looking at maybe Harmony One. All right, I just see the narrative of these things popping up. So if I'm looking for like safe places to throw money into right now, that's where I'm going to do that. AVAX, this narrative is already coming to fruition. I think it's way too late to be investing in AVAX. Okay, I was buying this back at 25 bucks, doing fantastic. Okay, the reason why I'm also pointing out AVAX right now is you have to think, what is the narrative going to be? What is the narrative going to be? Now the narrative is that Avalanche is going to be the next Solana pump. So that's where everybody's looking for the pump coming from. Algorand right now is just starting this up right now. If we go down all the way to Elrond, Elrond is a little bit in a good position to buy right now, in my opinion. We keep going down this ladder right here, all the way down to Harmony One, which really is it's not in its pump yet because it's farther down. So I'd be really looking at Harmony One if I'm looking at top 100 cryptos to invest in. But here's the thing we really got to look at for Cardano and DOT. What things are going to pump? Similar to the Binance coin, it's probably going to be their ecosystems. Cardano or DOT is probably going to pump really hard right now. DOT right now has a really, really big event coming up with Kusama. Okay? Kusama, this narrative's already coming to fruition. We can already see it starting its pump probably right here. Okay? Unless something weird happens in the market and we see a big old dip, Kusama's probably about to do something silly right now in combination with DOT. But where can we go a little bit lower down? What ecosystems are going to pop off on DOT if DOT pops off? So the easiest thing you can look at when networks pop up is going to be, and I invest in some of these guys, I don't invest in all these. I'm just going to give you a bunch of things I think are going to pop up that you should look into. So if we look at Polkastarter right now, the launch pads always go nuts. The launch pads always go nuts. We got Polkastarter at a pretty large market cap at 207 million right now, but it's way down. Okay, if Polkadot goes up, Polkastar is going to go up. Kusama is going to go up. Looking at something like Kylan, this could easily go nuts, okay? Because stuff attached to Polkadot is probably going to pump. And those are really the three places I'm looking at on DOT right now. Because again, I look, Binance Coin, people are not going to be throwing in their money like they were before, because the reason why people are getting in Binance Coin is you can make a lot of money very quickly. Okay, Binance Coin is not optimal to replace Ethereum. It just simply isn't. There's no narrative with it coming and killing Ethereum. It's just not going to happen. So for us to get another 50 billion in there to see a 50% from here, I just don't see it. I don't see it. There is so much room for Cardano and DOT to run right now. There's so much room for AVAX, and I haven't really looked into the AVAX ecosystem like I have, but that could be another really fun place to get into it. Because when we saw, you have to look at, if we're comparing AVAX to Solana, the Solana launch pads, and I'm sure various other projects on Solana, they're swapping sites. I haven't looked in Solana that much. I'm just telling you what I saw overall happening. It was the same thing that happened with Binance Coin. Because people saw the same exact thing. Binance Coin is pumping. Let's invest in the ecosystem. So what's going to be happening on Cardano? What are the things that are going to be popping up on the ecosystem? So the coins that I'm looking at Cardano right now are going to be, of course, CardStarter. It is the equivalent to Polkastarter on Cardano. That's it. So if we can see this do the same exact thing that Polkastarter did, there you go. I'm invested. I'm going to be probably reinvesting in this one right now. I don't hold any of it right now. I'm not really keen to buy it right now. I'm just telling you straight up because BitBoy just talked about it on his channel. I know, regardless of your guys' feelings about BitBoy, it's really bad to buy something when it's been pumped due to an influencer. I'm not accusing BitBoy of pumping and dumping. That's not what don't go frickin' to Twitter or something like that. He made a video on the Cardano ecosystem. Obviously, this is up right now. I mean, if it was JRNY, if it was Benjamin, if it was anybody else, Sheldon or anything like that, if they make a video about something and it goes up, it's usually best to wait for the people to buy it right here. So I'm just really not keen on buying it right now. The time to buy it would have been right here. Okay, and I'm really kicking myself because I was looking at it the last few days. The one that I'm into right now that I'm looking at pretty hard is going to be Charlie 3 on Cardano. Okay, so this is going to be the Oracle, the thing similar to Chainlink on Cardano. We've seen what Chainlink does. If Cardano gets as juicy as in the future, all right, so let's think if Cardano gets half as juicy as Ethereum, which is a real potential this bull run, obviously the Chainlink on Cardano is going to go nuts. This is still in a great entry point right here. It's not all pumped up. And the way I mentioned coins on my channel, I don't mention them all. I don't do a video on just a single coin, so I hopefully can avoid any pumps right here. If you see this pump up during this video, I wouldn't get into it, okay? Okamify is looking really good, but what I would really be doing from this point forward is, here's kind of my viewpoint on these things, guys, because obviously, I think we're about to go into another microcap season here soon. I'd just be surprised if we don't go into it. And I'm in a lot of microcaps. And so I'm looking to get into the projects really early. So what I'm watching like a hawk right now is really projects coming out on CardStarter. Okay, that's what I'm watching like a hawk right now. Because these things coming up right here, CardStarter, it's probably gonna, I think it will probably like 3 to 4x. Okay, maybe 100 million, 150 million. That's awesome, okay? But I have other coins that I think are going to 3x right now. So like, don't if you're looking for a good altcoin to look at, maybe look at CardStarter. But I'm in a bunch of other coins in the $50 million market cap range right now. So again, when I see something like this is probably why I'm not gonna take a swing at it right now, okay? Because this is a YouTuber influenced pump right here. Which again, not starting drama. This is what happens when someone mentions it on any channel. But what I'm looking hard for, and the reason why I just wanted to show you this is because we can already see this narrative starting to happen, okay? We can already see influencers starting to talk about Cardano. We can see them talking about the ecosystem. So what are the things coming out next? Okay, what are the things coming out next? And that's what I would be researching a lot of. There's a lot of things I could mention right now, but I want to keep doing my due diligence on them before I ever mention them on this channel. I know the team at CardStarter, but primarily what I would be doing if I was you and what I'm doing is I'm looking for the projects starting on CardStarter right now, because really nobody's talking about, because those are the things you can get in really early on. Okay, so for example, like Somi, and this again was mentioned on BitBoy's video, which again I'm not throwing shade right here. Okay, but if we go look at this right here, it's gone absolutely nuts after the video. Of course, I wouldn't be buying this right now because we don't know when this is coming back down. But you can see right here, if you just got in this after it launched on CardStarter, that's frustrating to see. That's very frustrating to see. So we definitely want to be watching things that are coming out on CardStarter. That's my overall 2 cents right here. And the only one that I see that really hasn't been caught up in this latest pump that's starting right now, and I still think it's super duper early, is going to be that C3 that I mentioned. With OCC also being in a good position right now. You can see it being in a good position right now. Okay, you can see it hasn't gone absolutely nuts. Okay, so this is where I'm looking at big time. I just wanted to share this video with you guys. I don't really have any jokes today. I don't have any time to really make an entertaining video. I'm actually working on my main business right now. But there's a lot of moves I think about to come right here. Do your own research, please. This is all, hey, where do we speculate the market's going to go? Okay, do your own research. This is not financial advice. I just wanted to share this with you guys. If you guys like videos like this, you want me to do more videos on the Cardano ecosystem, let me know in the comments. That's it. I have nothing else to say. Follow me at ZSS Becker on Twitter. I usually talk about these things way earlier. I talked about C3 and CardStarter way before this happened. And that's it.